Now let us look at how we can combine typography with visual material. And I'm going to show you several things. And the first thing I'm going to show you is how to use PNG images. Now what I did is actually let me show you this first. I have a number of portals from where you can get transparent background images, PNG images. And Snipstock is one of them, and it seems to be a really good one. And when you search for phone, you get a whole bunch of phones. And you can create an account if you want, but it's not necessary. If you have a premium account, which I don't, then I would be able to download a very large version of this, but actually what they are giving me for free, the medium size, is already quite large. It's 756 pixels across. So basically you just download this and then you use this in your design. Now what I have done is I have already uploaded a whole bunch of images to here, and some of them are PNG images. I'm going to use this one first, and as you can see, this has a transparent background, and it's also a very clean, crisp image. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to crop this a bit because it's very large. The area surrounding it is very large. I'm going to be careful not to come in from the bottom because of this shadow here. Now, nothing much has changed between when we were looking at this last and now. I have made these a little bit larger, and then what I have done is I have also separated all the text into little pieces, because what I want to do is I want to combine the text with the photograph. I want to wrap the text around the photograph. Now obviously we would not be able to do a wraparound in the sense that we would be able to do that in a software like InDesign, for example, where you can really wrap the text around. We can't do that here. This is HTML5, but we can do quite a bit, and let's take a look. So let me move these out now. And I'm going to add a box. But I'm not going to add a container box. I'm going to add a box from here, which is just a regular box. So you can't attach anything to it. And there's a reason for that, to which we will get to eventually. So I'm just going to make this black now. And I'm going to make it go from edge to edge, which I was telling you in the previous tutorial. I quite like to do that. And now I'm going to take the phone and I'm going to move this backward. And actually I'm going to move it backward a few times because of the text that's going to come on top of it. Now I'm going to make the phone quite a bit larger and move it over here, like so, even a bit larger. So the Y stays on this side. Then let's move the box down, like so. And I'm going to take this now. Actually, I'm going to just make a copy of this, because we will be needing another one later. And let's make this white. And because I made the box move backward quite a few times, it is now staying in the front. And the reason why I did not use a container box is because I might want to actually put the text on top of the image. So if I had a container box, it would be attached to that box and it would always stay in the background. And because I don't know yet, I may want to do that. I have no idea. I'm experimenting right now. I decided to play it safe, and I'm just going to make this 22 here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to align it to here. Alignment, remember, is very important, but I think I can make this even larger, like so. And then I can actually make it even lighter, because combining different weights of fonts will usually give you very, very nice results. Now, Wix is making us wait a little bit. Now we're done. So, now we have this one here, and let me make a copy of that as well. And this one I'm now going to align to here. And I'm going to create a contrast. I'm going to make this medium, so it's going to be heavier. And then open this up. So now, as you can see, the text is getting wrapped around the font. And now I'm going to take this and actually align it back to here. So if we preview this, hold on, let's just move these out of the way. Go back here and take a preview. So this is how it looks. And this is how you would actually wrap a text. Now obviously you don't need the container box. You could also maybe do it just with black text on a, so let's just see how that would work. But I have a feeling that the box is needed, that without the box this would probably end up being a little bit too skinny. Sure enough, it's too skinny. We do need the box, I think. So let me just bring this back up. I can't be sure whether this is Wix acting up or whether this is actually me having fooled around with the box. That is, oh, I forgot to change the color, didn't I? Okay, so this would be version 1. Now let's look some more. How about I change this image and do something else? So I have another phone here with these two cute little hearts. This is the original one that I uploaded, and then what I did is I just went here and just flipped it. I'm not going to do it again because I already did it. So I have it right here. So now what I need to do is I need to change the crop because the image has a different ratio. So here it is. Now let me just move this outside, and now let's do something else. First of all, I'm going to just take this out and make it black again. Now I'm going to change the shape of the box. I'm going to make a, there are other shapes as well that you can use, but I would be careful with using terribly complicated, like an octagon or something. I would be careful with that. Now, what I want to do is I want to make this into a perfect circle, not an oval. So I'm just going to add a new value in here. And now it's a perfect circle. So now let's bring this over here, and this time let's take this Y and move it over so that we have it aligned with this. Now, unfortunately, unless I do a lot of very fancy character and line spacing, which I don't want to waste time doing now, I can't align this perfectly. There's just a tiny little bit that gets left over, so what I'm just going to do is but I do want those two to be aligned, so I'm just leaving that one here. And let's just move this out, move this down, and now let's bring this over. Hold on, I need to make this bigger, and maybe bring it like this. And now bring this down. Whoops. I'm always catching the photograph because it has so much space around it. So let's bring this over here. And now let's, oops, again, I keep grabbing the photograph. And now let's bring this over here. And let's see how it looks now. I think we can improve this by rotating the phone and moving it out like so. Bringing this up like so, and then making this one go in like this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to align all of these left and move them in just a tick. Now what I would do if I didn't want to prolong this tutorial too much is I would actually use the space here and open up the character a little bit. Hold on, can I do that? Actually no, I can't even do that, so then maybe increase the point size of this, or decrease the point size. And then move it over one. No, now it's going in too far. Ah, there we go. Now it's almost perfect. And probably I would lift this up a bit as well. And then here would be a second way of putting text next to typography. Now, we have more text here in the continuation. So what I would do actually is, and now we are going into a new subject. So here we are talking about social media, but now this is about television. So what I would do is I would actually probably separate these two things with a line. So let me just grab a line from here and bring it all the way out here. And the reason why I added that line is because this is a round shape and this is kind of coming out, and all of these, they need some kind of a base to sit on optically. We optically do need a base for them to sit on so that they all work together. Now probably I need to open this line up a bit. So we move it down just a bit, and then these pieces here as well. Now let's look at it again. Forget these things here. Well, they're not that easy to forget, are they? So let me just move them down. So this line here is actually quite an important element now, because it is providing a base, something to sit on for all of these elements, because you have a paragraph here, you have the round shape here, you have the phone here, and they are, and when I take away this line, then they, let me just move it down here, and let's look again, then they actually start to kind of float. They don't really have a good base on which they can sit. And the same thing would also happen with the other phone. So let me just put this back up here, and let's, I rotated this, so it's going to be difficult to put that other phone in here. So what I'll just do is I'll just add it as a new image. Or we can also just use one of the other phones that I uploaded. So let's look at this one, for example. This is kind of old-fashioned, which is why I was more hesitant to use it. But it's actually also a very nice, clean image. So again, here's the line, which is kind of holding everything together. And if I take it away, whoops, things are flying around. So we really do need that line. And since we are moving from one topic to another here, so above we have social media and below we have TV, the line also has a function in the sense that it is a separator and not just a fancy decorative element. Okay, so this is it for this one, and we'll look at other usages of images and typography in the next segment.